know where Drake would be if America never found Drake? He'd be in Toronto selling shawarma. He'd be in Dundas Square. I'm serious. He'd be in Dundas Square because nobody cared. He was in Toronto before America found him. He's singing and nobody cared. Canadians were like, is this good? I don't know. Does anybody like that? Then America's like, we love Drake. Canada's like, yeah, we love him too. He's great. Then the minute America like, oh my God! As a comedian, going from town to town is your life. In and out of hotels sounds exciting, but with only working an hour a night, the other 23 can feel like a sentence. Even the hot tub gets boring. So what do? Anything. I'm Nathan Macintosh, and this is Stand Up Downtime.
Let's get up to get down. I want the lights on. We're gonna rock this town.
Oh, yo, Gavin, what's up?
Hey,
What are you doing, man?
can we please do something?
Yeah, let's go for a walk,
Yeah.
man.
Great.
This is Gavin Matts. Originally from Vancouver, he was recently named SiriusXM's top comic after only doing stand-up for 4 years.
Before, when we didn't live together, not that much eye contact. Now, we live together, 120% more eye contact. Like we live in a one-bedroom apartment. There's not a lot of corners in the apartment, but around every corner, it's just like more eye contact. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with all this eye contact. We made eye contact during sex, and I don't think I have to have sex anymore. Like, I think I'm good. I can retire. Like, we made eye contact during sex, and then I just said, what?
You ever been to Burlington?
No.
Just a definitive, no. No, you just went, no, and don't ask me again.
And I'm not coming back.
No, and I will not answer your questions. Huh. You gonna check this out? Hey, man.
Hey, Jose.
What's your name?
Paul.
Hey, man, Nathan. Nice to meet you.
Nathan, pleased to meet you.
Hey, Gavin.
Gavin, how are you?
Good.
We were just, kind of stuck in the hotel looking for something to do. We're just gonna kind of look around, if that's
Yeah,
cool.
no problem at all.
How old were you when you were like, yo, I'm going to do stand-up? This is the thing that I'm gonna do.
Like when I was 19, when I found out that you could do it.
So 19 is when you started. I started at 19.
Like, I'd only ever seen one stand-up show, like, live. Like, I saw Aziz Ansari, like, the day after I graduated high school.
That was the first comedian you ever saw?
Yeah, Chelsea
Aziz
Peretti
Ansari.
opened. Yeah.
Wow.
And Chelsea Peretti was great, and I was like, wow, there's openers? I was like, there's more than one.
There's not just the 10 famous
Yeah.
people that are out there?
Yeah, and then I went to this open mic with these guys from film school, and I was like, oh, I want to do this. Just because I always thought about it, you know? You just don't know that it's, like, a thing you can do. And
Yeah,
I just
then-
went to that place the next day. They had an open mic. I signed up.
You've been doing comedy, what, 4 years?
Yeah, it'll be 4 years on March 1st.
What do you, wow. That's how young it all is still. You remember the day. You remember the day you started doing
Because people
comedy.
always ask the question, and then I just know the day, so now I have to stay consistent.
Can you name one B-52 song?
Nah.
Just one. Nothing?
No, I wouldn't even recognize it. I would never be like, that's the B-52.
You know what's weird, though, is I shouldn't know.
But you do?
But I do.
What do you know?
I mean, buddy.
Rock Lobster.
That's B-52s? I know that from Family Guy. I got other struggles too. Like, I didn't have Wi-Fi for a month. Yeah, a whole month, no Wi-Fi. That was the first time I didn't have Wi-Fi, like, since Wi-Fi. So I'm different now. Like, I changed a lot. As a person, I'm different. Like, what I did without Wi-Fi, I had crazy stuff. Like I bought a puzzle.
Did you even have CDs? Did you grow up with CDs?
Yeah. My first CD I ever bought was, with my own money, was Americana by The Offspring.
Ugh. Like when you were born, what, 94?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you were a kid, like what were you listening to? Because I mean this, like right now, right? I'm looking at records, right? But I mean, oh, can I actually tell you? I do love Robert Palmer. Robert Palmer died when I was in high school and I was sad. And I went to high school. I go, you know, Robert Palmer died, addicted to love. And people are like, what are you talking about? I go, what are we just all listening to Nelly for the rest of our lives? Because that would have been who was around at the time as well.
That
Who
was
were
like
you?
your David Bowie?
No, when you were like 6, man, I was in high school.
Yeah. When I started listening to I listened to like my dad's music, which is like tragically hip and stuff because you're forced to listen to that. But then once I started listening to the radio,
Yeah.
then it was like, that was like when Eminem got big. So I was like Eminem and like 50 Cent and like G-Unit.
Yeah. I bought my mom Eminem's Greatest Hits years ago for Christmas, and the woman flipped out like I got her a Tiffany necklace, you know?
That's amazing.
My mom drove me to Toronto from Nova Scotia, right, when I was 19. And her boyfriend puts in CCR. You know what CCR is?
Yeah, Credence.
Thank you. He puts that in, the Greatest Hits. First song, like Proud Mary starts, we're talking 10 seconds into the song. My mom punches the eject button. She's like, get this out of my car.
She punches?
She hit it. She hit it. And then she goes, give me this other CD. You know what the other CD was? Dr. Dre's Chronic 2001.
Ooh.
I drove across the country listening to Dr. Dre with my mom. You know how awful that is?
But by the end, were you guys like both
No.
fully in?
No.
You weren't in at any point?
I mean, I like the album, but I mean, I'm listening to it with my mom, for God's sake.
My mom didn't have records.
That's what I was trying to
My
get
mom's
to.
deaf though.
Your mom is deaf.
Yeah.
Serious?
Yeah.
Okay. Born deaf?
No, went deaf over time.
From music.
Yeah, from just listening to Rancid.
Just
My
pounding.
mom was listening to Rancid, and she's a terrible parent.
Pounding music in her ears?
Yeah, with just old headphones. The funny thing about my mom is we'd like put music in that would be like, we would put like with a lot of swearing.
Yeah.
On purpose because she would never wear hearing aids. And then we'd just be laughing. She's like, what are the words? She's like, she can like, you know, hear the beat, but she
Yeah.
can't like make out the lyrics. And she'd just be like, what is this? Like, it sounds good. And we'd just be laughing. Like, Millennium Party. You know any of this stuff?
If you-
Y2K. This is the music people were listening to when they thought they were going to die.
Can I see this real quick?
And
We
I
did
was-
think we were gonna die.
And I was
too.
just 5 years old.
I was gonna
chilling,
say, you're like, I'm just
chilling
eating
Nesquik.
Yeah, you don't care. But
Yeah.
yo, let me. So you were born '94. Let me tell
Yeah.
you, Y2K. I would have been. I mean, I'm not even that. I would have been. Oh man, a 14, right? And
Oh, were you like, I'm going to die? And I
Dude.
just went through puberty?
We stayed up all night. Oh yeah, puberty hard, right?
Yeah.
And we stayed up all night. I was holding candles, and I was looking up at the sky, going, "It's over. It's all over. I'm gonna lose my Nintendo 64."
What would you have listened to?
Will Smith, man, the guy had an album, Millennium,
Just that on repeat?
the whole
The
night.
CD player only had one of the
Candles.
disc tray where it's like really slow.
It was 6. Remember when they had the CD things that had 6 disc trays?
Yeah.
Every single one of them was a Millennium. And we stayed up all night again holding candles, and people like sacrifice stuff to the gods or whatever so that we wouldn't die, you know? And that's what we did. We just listened to,
And sacrifice goats and
yeah. And we made it through the night. I mean, you're still here.
yeah. Well, thank you for that. Thank
No
you for all
problem.
those
It's a real
goat
Canadian
deaths.
heritage moment right there.
Yeah. I saw that one on Channel 7. You like Joe Diffie?
Buddy, I love Joe.
I like
Nice,
Joe Diffie
remember?
too, man.
I don't know anything about Joe
Look
Diffie.
at Joe Diffie power move. Looks like he's looking at horses.
He kind of looks like my dad would have looked. If my dad, this would be my dad if my dad had, like, you know what I mean? But then, okay, so this is Joe Diffie if he had stayed around, and then this is this is my dad. On a weird bed, playing the guitar, nobody
He's
around,
like,
looking out a window.
thank God I got away from those kids.
It's so funny because like a hotel and then a motel, right?
Yeah.
1 letter difference. But we're talking about at least 90 dead hooker difference, you know?
Yeah.
That H to that M. One is like, hey man, this is a decent place. The motel, you just put an M in front of that. Hey, now I'm talking about getting people killed. This is just a weird headboard.
And there's a
man.
rotary phone.
Yeah. 1 rotary phone and just a bed.
It rings, but he doesn't answer. He's like, I know who's calling.
Okay, again, 94. I don't even know what I can say to you in terms of reference-wise. Did you ever see the movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Yes.
Did you?
Yes, I've seen it, and I watched it. That's like a movie that I would put on with like when a girl came over.
For what?
Because you're not gonna watch it.
Yeah, but I mean, you're also not going to put on like a comedy. A cartoon movie? This is how you're trying to hook up with women? Oh, hey, man, you want to come over and watch Lion King?
I haven't grown up, Nathan.
No, you haven't.
Yeah.
It's funny, once you grow up, man, like you can't have posters in your room. You can't have posters afterward. You have to have like pictures.
It has to be like, yeah. I have like the good, the bad, and the ugly. Like, it's like a painting though.
Yeah, but if you have a poster in your room and you're over, if you pay tax and you have a poster in your room, you're a criminal.
Just
you know
like
what
a paper, just a paper
Ugh.
poster.
You leave your
Yeah.
kids in the car when you go into Walmart, you know?
Yeah.
Like you need a frame, some kind of
I
frame.
have 3 kids and I have a Rancid poster. Do you ever have sex to music?
Why do you ask me this close to me, Gavin?
Just because
I'm
trying to get out of here.
Yeah, man, and I'm not a fan. Not gonna lie to you, because then it kind of feels like you have to figure your whole life out. Just buy a song, you know what I mean, or buy a whole album.
Yeah, it controls your time.
I don't like it. A woman one time put on the Black Keys, and I was like, are we having sex? Or are we starting a hockey game here? For God's sake.
Ew. Phil Collins? That's what I want to die to.
You want Invisible Touches?
Yep.
Because it's like death. It's
Yeah.
like actual death is invisibly touching you and taking you to hell. Would you rather be a famous rock star or a famous comedian?
I guess rock star. If we really get, I guess rock star.
And why? And why?
Because you can do drugs and die and have sex.
You can die! As a comedian, you're not allowed to die.
Yeah, but
just
you don't
can't do
die
it.
is cool.
You don't die is cool.
You
Every
are-
comedian dies like kind of sad. Comedians don't wake up like, oh man, there was 15 women in my bed. I don't know who they are. Comedians are like, I woke up and there's a Wendy's wrapper and like that's an Arby's shake.
Yeah. Would you know where to find the John Denver?
Yeah, it's just over in the miscellaneous D's.
Oh, cool.
You gonna buy John Denver, man?
Yeah.
You just want to know where it was.
Me and my girlfriend, like, we bought a chip bowl together. That was fun. It's the first chip bowl I've ever owned in my whole life, so yeah, chip bowl. Before, I was living on my own. No chip bowl, just empty, just bags of chips, just sad, lonely bags of chips, like cheesy elbows. Like, that's how you know you're sad, is when you have to stare in the mirror after snacking and wash your entire arm. But now we got a chip bowl. It's nice. You pour some chips in there, you eat those chips, you wash the chip bowl, dish soap. So it's a crazy lifestyle. I know you guys aren't familiar with it, but it's good. I love it. I used to have to roll up the bag of chips, and then I would push it against a loaf of bread. Just like no air is ever getting in there. It's bread locked, airtight, and then you wake up the next day, the chip bag is just like, you're a piece of shit, your dad hates you.